Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching and liking my videos, and of course thank you for subscribing. In this video I wanted to talk about a headline that caught my attention, which has been lifted directly from the lyrics of a song released by Johnny Depp, which I think will speak to a lot of people, and so I want to give some personal experiences on this and how it might affect lots of people. So that headline is "I won't believe humans anymore." And this is taken from some of the lyrics from this song released by Johnny Depp, which go, "I don't believe, I can't believe, I won't believe humans anymore." Other lyrics in the song also say, "It's hard to talk when no one will hear, and everyone stares as you quiver in fear." Now those words to me encapsulate issues and problems with trust. Trust in other people, trust in the system perhaps, and speaking out when you have problems and you want to trust someone else to confide in them about those problems and you want to resolve those problems. Now this song, clearly as released in the aftermath to the trial, to me speaks volumes about trust in other people, because as a barrister I've been in many different cases where people have done exactly this. They've lost trust in each other, they've lost faith in each other. In many cases they've lost faith in the system, because they have made allegations which in their heart and their knowledge are true, but there's no evidence or there's no belief, or just people just don't believe what they say, and it's difficult to prove that those things really happened. But this ultimately comes down to your relationship with other people, your relationship with the system. Somebody just the other day asked me, are there any cases where the outcome and the decision that I feel is unjust? Now, aside from the obvious, which is the UK Johnny Depp judgment, which I've dissected in a great amount of detail, much more simply than that, I've been in cases where there has been a decision which I just wholeheartedly didn't agree with. Some simple examples where a customer has bought something and once it's been delivered or it's been installed, and let's say it's the wrong color. Let's say they ordered something that was pink, and when it arrived or it was installed, it was silver. Now, regardless of whether you prefer silver or pink, if it's the wrong color, then it should be a judgment in favor of the person who's paid for it. But in one such case, the decision was that it was a natural product and thus there were variations in the color. I personally don't believe that there could be such a variation in the color from pink to silver or vice versa. So yes, in cases like that, I, with full respect, believe that that was the wrong call. I believe that if someone has ordered a certain product at a certain color, that's what should be delivered. But that's just a simplistic example of a product and a color and money and things like that. When it comes to the trust between human beings, and let's say you've trusted someone for a significant amount of time, you've had them in your house, you've had them as friends, family friends, acquaintances, business relationships. Some disputes I've been involved with have been between military veterans who have literally depended on each other for their life fighting overseas. But when they come back to civilian life, start a business, sometimes together, or trade with each other, and then have a dispute, then they can find that break of trust disheartening and utterly soul-destroying, because for perhaps many years, decades in some cases, they've trusted each other with their lives. And particularly when parties are married or simply just have children together and they've raised those children together and loved each other for a significant amount of time. But then it falls apart and they get into a dispute about who keeps what amount of money, who keeps the house, who's to care for the children, where are the children going to live. One story I read just this morning, a mother-in-law was fighting in court to have access to the child, even though she didn't get along with the mother, and moreover she didn't want the mother of the child to be present whilst visiting that child, or rather whilst the child was visiting her, which in the story was over 4 hours away. Now when it comes to the family courts, at least in England and Wales, all of the case should be about that child and the best interests for that child, and there is literally a welfare checklist for this child. All of the emotional and the educational needs and so on for that child must be taken into consideration before anything else. But I remember way back to the first family children matter that I was instructed on, where the parties literally just did not agree with how much time the children were going to spend in each house, how much time they were going to spend on homework, how much time they were going to spend with their friends, where they were going to spend time with their friends, and a whole list of different things that ordinarily parents would just agree on, but having separated, they agreed on nothing, and the trust between them was completely broken down. And so coming back to the Johnny Depp trial and what the jury found to be false allegations against him, many people have said that this wasn't fair on Amber, in that she wasn't listened to and she wasn't taken seriously. I don't share that view. I take the view that she was listened to, she was taken seriously. It's just that the jury ultimately didn't believe her story at the end of it, and with a unanimous verdict came down against her. So now seeing this headline, it makes very public the difficulties with trust between humans. We have had difficulties in our own business over the years, with different suppliers going back on their word, saying that they will not do something and then doing it anyway later on. There are countless stories of people and businesses betraying trust. For example, GoFundMe have just shut down a page which was set up to raise money for Amber Heard to assist her in repaying Johnny Depp. Perhaps that was a disingenuous page, perhaps it wasn't genuine and someone was just trying to take the money. But either way, they've shut down the page and reportedly are monitoring for new pages like it to shut those down also. So really what I wanted to say in this video is, yes, trust can be a difficult thing. Trust needs to be earned over time, and trust can be lost very easily and very quickly, and then take a long time, if ever, to rebuild once again. However, if any of you have difficulties and there are real allegations that you need to bring forward and you need someone to take seriously, don't allow the fear of distrust and the fear that the system won't listen to you, just because some people say that these results mean that you won't be listened to. I don't share that view. I take the opposite view, in that this has proven that the system will listen to you. It will give you time, and in this case, to literally air all of the evidence and all of the arguments. In this case, publicly, worldwide, for 6 weeks. Many still don't think that this trial should have been aired. Many people think that it was the right thing for it to be aired. Either way, you can't escape the fact that the trial was aired and the evidence was heard. So if any of you are suffering, please don't let the scaremongers tell you that you won't be listened to and won't be taken seriously. You must tell someone, you must confide in someone, and you must trust the system. So I hope this message reaches the right people. I hope that you do the right thing, and I hope that you trust that someone will take you seriously and you don't just sit there and suffer in silence. So in the meantime, I'd be really grateful if you drop a like and a subscribe on this video. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all of you watching, both in the UK and internationally. I'm so very grateful for all of my new subscribers and the recent tremendous growth on my channel. I'm totally humbled and grateful, and I thank you all for watching. Have a nice day.